Well, I've been gonna make a video for quite a while now because a lot of things have been making me want to rant. But I came out here while I was talking to the hubby, and he was showing me the spray lines out there. Yeah, they're heavy at it today here too. I knew they would be. For 3 days, we had blue skies, nothing up there. And now you see what we got. There was 3 of them out here just a few minutes ago. I don't know where the other 2 went. One of them was laying little old short lines. That one right there, started way back behind the house. And you see what he's a-doing. So I knew they'd be hard at it today. And now I can't even remember what I was wanting to rant about. I know what they're trying to do. They're pulling the storms from the Midwest this way. It's just weird to me that these planes, these aircraft, whatever they are so close and you can't hear anything. I mean, you can hear vehicles coming up and down our road from a good way. I can hear people turn off the 4-lane because our acoustics out here are really good. But that's all you hear. You don't hear, yeah, get it, buddy, get it. I love living in the country. So yeah, it's a mess out there. And like I said, I was going to do a video a couple days ago because we had just clear blue skies, nothing up there, not even a cloud, not even a real cloud up there. And it's just a mess now. But if y'all would, a lot of my subs don't necessarily know that my husband's mother passed away on the 5th of December. That's one of the things I wanted to rant about, because I firmly believe it was from taking that Pokemon sticker, because she went downhill real fast after that. And this was a woman that worked full-time until she was 75, 76. She just turned 80 in October. And I want to say, what are you doing, Hank? You're such a goofball. Yeah, we had sticks off of the mimosa tree from the big wind that come through this weekend. That's about all the damage we got. So anyway, it started with, like, cognitive issues that she had. Roughly, I'd say 3 or 4 months after taking that. And then there was a possible stroke or a mini stroke, or what they call TIAs. In September, she got disoriented and unbalanced and fell and broke her hip, fractured a vertebrae in her very lower back, and went in the hospital, had a full hip replacement, and stayed in the hospital until the day before Thanksgiving. I think it was around she was in there for about 2 months, because I want to say it was the end of September when that happened. And the cognitive issues were just horrendous. And I want to say his sister lived with her, lives there, and she was, I think, basically thinking that this was all age-related. Well, no, you don't go downhill that fast on something that's age-related. She did go to a neurologist while she was still at the rehab hospital, They said there was no dementia, no Alzheimer's. But yet, the cause of death on the death certificate is, oh God, what did they call it? Vascular dementia. Vascular dementia is what they said, which means that there was probably a whole bunch of little mini strokes going on. Well, her neurologist would have been able to see that. She had a CT scan. They should have been able to say this is what's going on when she went. But when she came home, she was basically bedridden, couldn't feed herself, she had periods of clarity. Like, she knew Greg, she knew he was there, and that kind of thing. But I don't care what anybody says. I know what caused that, and it just pisses me off. The other thing, I was talking to a good friend of mine last night. We have a standing phone date every Tuesday, and are generally discussing the news and current events. And one of the things that she brought up was either seeing a report or seeing somebody talk about, like, a TikTok video or a YouTube short or something, about these folks that are really into getting the stickers and saying that we folks that have opted not to should be quarantined, put in camps, jailed, however you want to put it, and they hope we die. And that's the difference between folks like me and those folks, because I don't wish death on anybody. It upsets me that people are doing this because these things are experimental. Nobody knows, well, people do know what's in them. People that do their research know what's in these things. Look at them. But I firmly believe that if these people choose to do that, that's their right. Who am I to take it away from them? Do I want to be around somebody that's taken it? Not necessarily, because they're already talking about shedding. And if you don't know what that is, Google it or DuckDuckGo it. So, I don't want to be around people that have been stuck any more than they want to be around me for not being stuck. So there you go. All of this, folks, you just don't understand what this is doing to our country. When they're mandating stuff, when have we ever seen a flu or anything that's associated with it, or much of any kind of thing like that has had a marketing campaign? This thing has a marketing campaign. Why? How many people die from the flu every year? We don't ever hear about that unless you really go searching it. And that's just the weirdest thing, what they're doing over there. They're just spraying the crap out of us. So that right there should get people thinking. What the heck? I've been to the doctor since all this stuff started. Several times. I have to go because of the medication I take, which is unfortunate, but is what it is. I went to a gastroenterologist a month or so ago because of an ulcer that I have. And I was not readily forthcoming in my beliefs, but I'm sure she could tell because I didn't wear a mask in the damn place. even though there's a big sign that says to get into this, somebody's getting a pool. To go into this health facility, everybody has to have a mask on. Well, bite me, I'm not wearing one. Now, I'd never seen this doctor before, and we talked for quite some time and kind of realized that we both think the same way, that people should have a choice. And she proceeded to tell me that she moonlights in the urgent care downstairs in that medical building. And she let me know that of all the people that she has seen that have come into that facility and tested positive, just in her case, she doesn't know about all of them, but the people she's seen that tested positive were all stuck. That should tell you something right there. But anyway, so we talked for a long time about this, and she said she was getting ready to have to make a decision on whether she was going to keep her job or get stuck. That shouldn't be how it is. Now, since I've seen her, I think maybe they've changed the OSHA laws or whatever. I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to it because we already know. We made this decision before any of this stuff ever started. My husband and I did, of what would happen if it was going to cost him his job. So I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to it. I read the headlines and whatnot. So not sure if that's still on the table, if she would lose her job or not, being in healthcare. But still, we go back to when my husband and I had friends, gosh, back in the very beginning of 2020. And so many people were getting the flu, just the flu. And most of them were saying they were either getting it from being in a doctor's office or having to go to the hospital and see a loved one or whatever. And I thought, well, gosh, it must be gonna be a worse year for the flu. So I had another friend that had gotten it, and his sister advised him of a supplement to take, and which he did, and it was pretty bad, I guess, for the first couple of 3 days that he had it, but taking this supplement, he got over it quick. So I did a little bit of research and on that and some other supplements, and it's really funny because when we did find out about this CCP thing that started affecting America, all the things that they're telling folks to take were the things we were already taking. So I thought that was kind of ironic. And the fact that at 63 years old, I have only had the flu one time in my life, which was in the late 70s after I unknowingly took a flu shot. The one and only time I ever took one. That was offered at my work for free. Go figure. Back then, I think that all of the vaccines still helped you to build the antibodies you needed. I'm not quite sure that's how it goes. And this video may just get struck down because I've been trying not to say certain words that the algorithms will pick up, but we all know how Al Gore was. Anyway, so that being said, neither of us has gotten so much as a sniffle, while my husband has worked the entire time, been in and out of truck stops, in and out of shippers and receivers, been stuck in hot spots for days on end. We just choose to use what God gave us, our God-given immune system, and making sure that since a lot of the things that we put in our bodies now don't have the nutritional value that God meant it to have, we take supplements in order to keep our immune systems up. And other things, like, I was diagnosed with high cholesterol in my 30s. Never did anything about it. I don't know, a few years ago, my doctor put me on a statin, because of my age. I took it for a little while, did my research. I'm not taking this anymore. And there's natural supplements that you can use to help with things like that. Now, I had blood work done the last time I saw him in November. Normally, if there's a problem in my blood work, he contacts me. I've not been contacted about my blood work. So, apparently, what I'm doing is keeping my numbers where they should be. Right now, I'm suffering a little bit of vertigo, so I know I'm going to have to go back to the doctor. It sucks because it feels like you're drunk all the time and you're dizzy. For the most part, it's an inner ear problem. I have figured out that it's my right ear, that the crystals in the ear are misplaced. That's what causes it. I normally sleep on my right side. When I roll over on my right side now, it feels like I'm getting ready to throw up. I'm that dizzy, laying down. So I will have to go to the doctor. It's not quite as bad as it was a few days ago. Kind of comes and goes. But they've got exercises that you can do to get these crystals back where they're supposed to be. And so that's what I'm going to have to do. Although they may not be able to do them on me, because they say if you have neck and back problems, this could cause even more problems. There's a certain way that you have to move your head and your neck. Move, Hank. What is it? You're just all up in my way. It's time for them to eat. So anyway, this video is going way longer than I thought it would, but it's my rant video. So the last little shot we got going on right here is we got one up there that's just started with a very ugly looking spray coming out. Kind of looks pinkish reddish, which means that we'll probably have one of those hot pink sunsets. That's when there's a lot of lithium in there. So I'm going to get off here and get these puppers fed. I'm sure they're starving to death. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for listening to me rant. Be kind to one another. Thanks for stopping by, and God bless.